Hey everybody, Kneecap here. This is a Holy Palette healing guide on how to heal Ursoc. This video is done on Heroic Ursoc, my guild's first downing of it, but the principles will translate to all levels of Ursoc in Emerald Nightmare. When you're about to start the fight, as a Holy Paladin, my job in my guild and in my raid is to keep the tanks up. That'll probably be your job as well, but just in case it's not, you're going to want to keep in mind that you're going to be doing some other things other than what I'm doing, but this is specifically if you are healing the tanks, of course, is kind of what I focus on. So you'll see the pull start here soon, and I go ahead and I just stack right on his behind here. I'm in group 1, so I'm going to be taking the first charge anyways, so I just get right up on him. I kind of throw a little bit of damage in at the start because no one's taking damage yet. Then once the first debuff happens, now you're going to want to switch between healing your tanks. I have my Beacon of Light on the Druid tank, and I have, so then when I'm healing the other one with the bleed effect, it's going to be also healing up my Druid tank right now. As you can see, I don't even worry about all that damage from that charge, and I just keep healing my tanks up, let my raid healers do their job. I keep doing my job. I like to kind of stay ahead of the roaring cacophony there, cacophony, whatever. And so as you see, I actually kind of stay ahead of the tanks a little bit. My camera angle messes up there, so that was a big mistake and didn't end up costing us anything. And you're basically just going to switch between your two tanks here as they get the different debuff on them. You really want to make sure that they're healed up before that charge. Now, here's an opportunity where if you are doing fine, you can help with the raid heals a little bit. I always throw my Light of Dawn out. I use Holy Prism on this fight at least, and I'll Holy Prism Ursoc as well to kind of throw a little bit of help for raid heals. And of course, you should be keeping your Judgment up on Ursoc as well, which again, that'll help a little bit on these heals. If you don't normally do Heroic Ursoc, you might be wondering what all this stuff on the ground is. That starts only in Heroic mode. If you're not doing Heroic, you don't need to worry about that. If you do, then you just kind of need to make sure that you stay in front of it, stay behind it, whatever is easiest for you. I just kind of like to stay in front of it myself, make sure that I always have everything in front of me and I can kind of see what's going on at all times. So the mechanics, might as well go over those as well. There's one person's going to get focused. That person's going to run to the center or designated spot, and you're going to take turns soaking that between two different groups, or regardless of how big your raid is, you're just going to be divided into two groups soaking the charge damage. So if you, as you see a little red debuff on me right now, I actually am focused now, so I have to run out to the middle. At this point, I tell my other healers, you need to keep the tanks up, I'm running out. So then I'm going to come back in. As you can see, they actually bubbled the tank there, monk bubble on him. And now I'm going to heal him up, and at that point I'm like, alright guys, raid heal. And we're fine. But anyways, you're going to take turns soaking that charge debuff, and you're just going to want to make sure that you do that properly. As a healer, there's nothing you can do if your DPS or whatever mess it up. They're just going to die if they take two of them anyways. During this last 30%, he's going to do a soft enrage. You got to make sure you're healing through that. A healer gets the run out there, so I'm making sure I'm healing up as best I can. And he's going to do a roar as well. And it's just the same exact fight over and over again. You're focusing on your tanks, and hopefully you have a raid healer focusing on the raid. You do whatever you can to help. Light of Dawn, Holy Prism, and Judgment are going to be your main help. And yes, if you have the mana and the time, you can go ahead and throw a flash of light on somebody as well. Other than that, you kind of want to just mostly focus on your tanks. There's not really much else besides here. Again, I get targeted, so I'm going to run out, make sure I'm in a correct position here. Everyone takes the charge it needs to. Light of Dawn. Again, it's always nice to have a shaman with you as well to kind of balance out. That really synergizes well with a paladin, because you're only healing one target, but you're effectively healing the whole raid while that's up. So that's a good synergy for a holy paladin. He's up to his 12th debuff there, but he's just about dead. And there he goes. So that's about how you do Ursoc. is healing it. It's pretty simple, as long it's mostly having a gear check really. So good luck to everyone. Thumbs up and sub.